Hi everybody, it's me Rob here, and I haven't made any videos for a bit, and I was intending to make some, but I thought I'd tell you about an event that happened last Friday. It's just a week ago. So I've used um, a Dell 6420 for quite a few years. And the reason I've stuck with the same one is because it was built like a tank. Um, it, um, it 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 had a bit of flexibility. It still had a PCI Express slot on it, so I could or card slot, whatever you call the PCMI CI, whatever it's called. I could plug certain peripherals in on it. It's a big thing. It was nowhere near like a modern laptop in terms of the lightness and all that kind of thing, but it kind of worked for what I needed. Um, and I actually had one fail in 2020, and I just ordered another one, got another one secondhand from somewhere, so I could just swap the disc out, put it in the new machine, and I've continued to expand it here and there, change a few things on it, just peripherals, and you had USB 3 support through the PCI Express, whatever it's called, PCMCIA slot. So last Friday, I was laying on my settee, which is just here next to me, I'm sitting on right now, and I fell asleep whilst I had it on my lap, probably about 11, half 11. And I woke up at about 2:30, and there were flames coming out the side of the laptop. So, sort of where the battery, it's got the battery clips onto the back, and there were flames coming out of it. I think people know I work in IT. I work as a I'm remote based, basically supporting laptops. I'm very particular about batteries. And in my career, I've never ever I've seen a lot of batteries that are failing that will eventually become dangerous if you really push them. I've never seen one burst into flames. But I know what happens when they burst into flames, and it's great. There's video demonstrations by people like Big Clive who've shown what happens with a tiny little lithium cell. And I knew, I've seen videos recently of the scooters and everything that they've got Chinese batteries in and they just detonate. So I knew something was about to happen. If flames are coming out the side of your laptop, something's about to happen. So I threw it forwards, and as I threw it forwards, the first cell blew. Or I think it did. It's a bit hard to remember exactly what happened, but it blew. So it didn't blow over me, thank goodness, because it was hot, and it landed on its back on the floor just next to me here, and I could see the cells were like glowing red in there. So I called for my glamorous assistant who was asleep in the bed, and she ran in, and I just said, but I was saying, battery fire, get me a towel, get me a towel. So she said, what? And she could see the fire and everything coming out. So she ran, got me a towel as I put the tap on and soaked the towel, because I thought I've got to contain this and get it out of the property, because I couldn't even carry it. And as I was sort of going to put the towel on it, the second cell blew. And I think there were some other fires by then, because it was very hot. So I was putting out the fires, and I put down the towel on the laptop, and I think maybe it blew again at that point. Another cell went. I could see them glowing red, and the wet towel was already like starting to flame. So I ran, I ran out of the building I live in, and as I was going out the door, I thought I'd put the fires out, but I just said call the fire brigade, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what was happening. I just got out. I should have taken her out the property as well, but she stayed, closed the door to the bedroom and opened the windows and everything. And so I put the laptop on the floor, and then the other two cells started blowing, and it was smouldering and everything. And I thought, I rushed back in to check there was no fires. The windows were open. She'd already opened the windows, and I came down, and the fire brigade were just coming 2 or 3 minutes. Really brilliant. They were so quick. And the funny thing is, this Indian guy had come across the road, and he'd knocked the batteries out of the laptop, even though they're, lithium fires are lethal. He knocked them out, and he sort of said, "I thought you might want to save your hard disks, mate." And I thought, oh shit, yeah. So I ripped the front off of the laptop, the bottom off the laptop, and I managed to get the drives out. Funny thing, the mechanical drive seems all right. I had a mechanical drive in there and an SSD. The SSD ain't not doing so good. I managed to pull most of the data I needed off of there. The SSD kind of doesn't work. It's a bit slow, but I pulled what I needed off of it. But yeah, I had an incredibly lucky escape. I suspect I woke just as it caught a light. Lucky I'm not that heavy a sleeper. And it was seconds after the second I threw it that it blew it. It's put like, it was like I was, where my head was on the pillow. I had a pillow behind my head. It's like almost like an outline of my head where all this molten stuff went. And yeah, all I got was like this tiny, I found in the shower afterwards, this tiny little bit of molten plastic in my beard. And I got some little, very minor burns on the end of my fat. The blister is just sort of healing. I had some very minor burns on my fingers. And a little bit on the back of my hand. There's just a little red mark there, and there was a little cut on the inside of my hand that's gone. So I was staggeringly lucky because that fire was so localized, but so hot, ridiculously hot. And I was very, very, very lucky. For there to actually be, it was like a yellow flame coming out the side of the battery, and I acted fire. I was lucky because I knew what to do. I know there's other people that wouldn't know what to do. I knew I just had to get the fires out as quick as possible and get it out. And I'll show you the device because it stinks. So I had this Maplin fan thing underneath it, and it really stinks. So I don't want to leave this open for long, but you can see it's completely trashed, and all the screen is completely burnt up. I'm going to shut this because it stinks. I'm not even gonna. I was going to turn it over and show you the other side, but oh god, it stinks. God, I need to get rid of that. But yeah, it was really, really bad. It was horrific. So yes, I'm kind of between laptops at the minute. Trying to cobble something together. I did sort of think, I did have my old one that stopped working. Wow, I'm getting a headache straight away after opening that. It's really bad. So toxic. I felt very sick the next day. God. So the fire brigade, they were brilliant. They came up, double checked the fires were all out. There was like a lamp that caught fire. The settee here, I'll show you. So when I threw the computer, it sort of bounced and then landed, and then it ended up on the floor, but like the molten plastic all got covered on this settee cover, which I'd only put on at Easter, I think. Somehow my base only got a bit sooty, and there's a lot of soot around. I'm still clearing up the soot a week later. I was staggeringly lucky, to not like even really get any major burns, because when that thing, if that had fired into me, like I had a duvet on me, and the duvet did not ignite. It smouldered, but it did not ignite. So that's in the bin now. But I was very, very lucky. Those things are lethal. Batteries. So the fire brigade came. They spent about half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe 45 minutes here. Checked the flat. Uh, checked nothing was on fire. Said, it's very toxic smoke. You're probably going to feel a bit unwell, and keep the windows open all night to get it out. And I did feel unwell the next day. A few things here and there got a little bit damaged. The flooring somehow didn't get damaged. My 200 quid IKEA replacement settee covers are sort of ruined. But I'm still here, and somehow I didn't get majorly burnt, because if that had fired and where it fired down, if it exploded, it would have just put molten plastic all over my face, and I'd probably be in hospital still now, recovering with a face full of plastic. Actually, now I've been wondering when it's going to hit me, and actually now it really has hit me. I'm looking at my own face in the thing, and I'm thinking, wow, I could have this thing. And the funny thing, I've just changed managers at work, and I actually said to him on the morning that this happened. I was saying to him, take a look at this face. Take a look at this pretty face, because it might not look like this again next time you see it. And also, the last thing I'd listened to on Kodi was Still on Fire by Aztec Camera. Would you believe it? I feel like messages. If I believed in that sort of thing, I might think that I was being sent messages, but I think it's coincidence. But yeah, that was very lucky. So I'm going to try and do some videos. I've got a few other things I want to do. I've been trying to tie up a lot of my affairs recently, because I'm getting older and I don't want to leave a mess behind if I go suddenly. And so I'm trying to make everything good, so that projects I've done over years that have never come out, the one major project I did that got commercial release, which is Daniel Johnston film, The Angel and Daniel Johnston. I've never put that out properly in HD. It's been shown a couple of times in theatrical presentations in HD. No, once it was shown at the Portugal festival in Portugal, 2019, late 2019, after Daniel Johnston died. I want to get that done in HD, or a theatrical legacy release, and register that with the BFI. I would like to do some more Amiga Rob videos. My Amiga Rob persona. Ooh. And I'd like to do, I like to do what I used to do. It's been a bit of a rough time, and I've not really had time to do anything. I got my Pi 5 the other week. I haven't even opened it yet. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. It's not even been opened, so I don't know, maybe I had it a week and a bit. Yeah, it's coming up to a couple of weeks. So I was involved doing a couple of other things that I'm not going ahead anymore. So hopefully I'll get some stuff out and people will watch. And but I'm okay. I'm well, as far as I know. I've been incredibly lucky. Everyone that's got retro gear, check the batteries and stuff, because that I've never seen it happen before. There was no warning. I should say that as well. There was no warning. The battery was, it was at end of life, but it wasn't like it was, powering off immediately. It was no bulging on the battery, no indication visually that something was wrong. No indication. It was like time. Maybe it was saying sort of moderate condition on the battery checks and everything, but you have to be careful. And it was original parts. Everything was original parts as far as I'm aware. Battery looked original. The charger was original. So the Dell 6420 is officially retired. I'm trying to get all my plugins and stuff back, salvaging them off. Sometimes I don't have installers for these things, or I can't remember where they came from, or I can't remember what I was using. So my OBS setup, I might have to start from scratch, which is a bit annoying. But I might be able to salvage the profile and bring it back. All the files are in different locations now. So anyway, thanks for supporting me and follow me, those of you that do. I'm still here. I'm still standing. And hopefully I'll be able to make some videos soon, do some gaming stuff. My Amiga is sort of set up, ready to go now. I've been starting to do stuff with it. I've got the PyStorm in it, and I had quite a good setup going with that, so hopefully we'll get everything back and rolling. But thanks for watching, and I'm okay. First of all, I'm okay, I'm alright. No injuries, significant injuries, and I'm still here, and this thing is still just about intact. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Thanks everybody, take care, bye bye.